There's growing demand for an investigation into the death of 23-year-old Elijah McClain, who was killed by cops in Aurora, Colorado last year around August. Millions of people have signed a change.org petition calling for the cops involved in his death to be fired and for an investigation to take place. Unfortunately, the district attorney who refused to press any charges has said that this petition isn't enough to convince him to press charges. But who knows, maybe if he hears from enough people, that could change. So I'm gonna go to an ABC video that summarizes the main portion of this story, but then I'm gonna fill you in on details that are important to know. What was said in the police report, what was said in the DA's report. I wanna warn you that this story overall is difficult to even talk about. The video is difficult to watch. So I wanna give you that warning before we show you these videos. The first one is an ABC News report, take a look.
The family's attorney says McClain was walking home after buying iced tea from a corner store when this call about a suspicious person was made to the Aurora PD in Colorado.
He puts his hands up. I don't know. He looks sketchy. He might be a good person or a bad person.
3 officers responded to the call. McClain is seen walking on the sidewalk when officers approach him.
Stop.
One officer is heard telling McClain to stop. Things escalate when McClain allegedly attempted to grab an officer's gun. The officers then subdue him to the ground and place him in a carotid control hold, a move that restricts blood flow to the brain. McClain begs for relief, even uttering those eerily too familiar words.
I can't breathe.
First responders arrive shortly after and administer ketamine, an anesthetic meant to rapidly tranquilize.
It's standard protocol for the paramedics to inject ketamine.
McClain went into cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital, where he stayed 5 days before ultimately being taken off life support. A coroner determined his cause of death undetermined.
The chokehold is bad enough, okay? And then a medic shows up and injects him with ketamine. According to the DA's report, the cops stopped putting him in a chokehold after he lost consciousness. So I find it difficult to understand why there was any need to inject him with anything at all. But I want to give you some more details because that didn't really give you a full picture of what happened that night. So Officer Nathan Woodyard approached McClain and asked him to stop walking. According to District Attorney Dave Young's account, McClain appeared to ignore commands from the officer to stop and continued walking. So the DA's report further noted that as Officer Woodyard approached Mr. McClain on foot, again telling him to stop, Mr. McClain said, quote, "I have a right to go where I'm going." Officer Woodyard responded, "I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious." Now, mind you, he's just walking. He's just walking. Yes, he's wearing a ski mask, but I didn't know that wearing a ski mask while calmly walking at night was some sort of crime. The incident escalated after Woodyard grabbed McClain's arm while Officer Jason Rosenblatt grabbed the other arm. Woodyard later told a detective that he thought McClain might have a weapon on him, but that he would not allow himself to be searched. No weapon, by the way, was ever found. According to the district attorney's report, an officer can be heard on a body cam worn camera saying, "Stop tensing up, dude, stop tensing up." Mr. McClain then said, "Let me go. No, let me go. I'm an introvert. Please respect my boundaries that I am speaking." The situation then escalated after Woodyard and 2 other officers moved McClain to some nearby grass. According to Young's report, McClain can be heard saying, quote, "I intend to take my power back," as Officer Randy Rodema said. McClain was reaching, this is something we've heard over and over again in cases like this, reaching for one of the officers' guns. As the 3 officers then took McClain down to the ground, according to the report. Now, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical every single time a cop says, "Oh, he was reaching for my gun," because that's always what they say when they try to justify killing someone, right? And we're talking about a 23-year-old man who's walking alone. He's not doing anything wrong. You have 3 cops with you. You have 3 cops and you have him restrained. So I'm not buying it. And Cenk, before you come in, I think it's important for the audience to see the video that we do have of the incident. And this is an unbelievably difficult video to watch. I want to give you as many warnings as possible, but this is what happened to him. This is what happened that night.
Stop. Still fighting us on the ground.
My name's Elijah McClain.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
all.
I'm ready to use carotid.
That's what I was doing. I was just going home. Why? I'm an introvert and I'm different.
You come out?
No.
Was he out? I heard some snoring.
I just don't like
completely.
going
He didn't lose
home.
consciousness.
I'm just different. I'm just different. That's all. That's all I was doing.
It was actually Rosenberg.
I'm so sorry.
Your gun, dude.
I have no gun.
That's where I tried carotid.
I don't do that stuff. I don't do any fighting.
Other units that are not here.
Why
They
were
can
you
slow it down a
telling
little
me?
bit.
I don't do guns. I don't even kill flies. I don't eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't judge people.
No, I'm
for anything.
Yeah, it's hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, defund the police. So not only, look, I've agreed with the substance of defund the police, which doesn't mean abolish the police. It means reallocate money, keep some form of policing, but reallocate a lot of it to social workers, etc. So, but I'm now going further. I now agree with the slogan as well. Because what have I been saying for over a decade here? You got to change the entire culture of policing, the entire training of policing. But you know what? You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it with reform or transformation or any of the other things that I thought might do the job before. No, look, I never thought reform could do it, but I thought a wholesale transition. But they're not going to do a wholesale transition. No, that's why you have to completely get rid of the current police departments, completely get rid of them and then rebuild them. It doesn't mean you don't have police, okay? But you have to rebuild them with a different culture. No rational person that isn't trained to be a cop would stay on top of that poor kid. Everybody would understand, look, the guy saying I don't even kill flies, I'm a vegetarian. It does, sure, anybody could say they don't kill a fly, but the whole context of the video, you saw it, you're a human being, you saw it with your own eyes. There's no way that kid was gonna hurt anyone. There's no way you needed 3 cops standing on top of him. There's no way that you needed a chokehold. There's no way you needed that much ketamine, right? So why do they do it? So 2 reasons. Number 1, it's not because they thought he was dangerous. They can see the bag he has. It's got iced tea, doesn't have a gun. Don't tell me he might have had a gun. That's your excuse for killing him. And it's not because he was reaching for the gun. That is a lie almost every time by the cops. Almost every single time that we have evidence, is the guy reaching for the gun or not, when the cops say he's reaching for it. Nearly 100% of the time, it turns out the cops are lying and he's not reaching for the gun. They're taught to lie. They're taught to lie for one another. It's called thin blue line. Okay, and they're taught to be vicious, absolutely vicious to all of us, but mainly the poor, somewhat to the middle class, and definitely to black people in America. Overall to minorities, but mostly to black Americans. I see a young 23-year-old kid that looks kind of frail there in that video, right? They see a dangerous black man. So now people are talking about this kid is such a wonderful kid. He played violin to cats in shelters. That's the first picture you saw of him. But he doesn't have to be a wonderful guy for you not to execute him in the streets. Okay, he just happened to be a wonderful guy. But it just stop judging the victim and let's talk about the people who committed the crime, which in this case is the police. So to me, the most outrageous part of this is the district attorney looking at all that and going, I don't see anything wrong. When the district attorney says that is a license to kill, quite literally, quite literally. He is saying to police, no, go kill any black man you like for no reason at all. And I can see it on video. I can see the kid saying he can't breathe. I can see that he's nowhere near a threat. No rational human being would think he's a threat. And I don't mind you killing him. I'm gonna let you off. And the next time police do it, we're gonna do it again and again and again. And we're gonna fund them more. We're gonna give them more money. We're gonna give them more tanks, more weapons. Hell no, hell no. Defund the police. The police in this country, it's cancerous. We're gonna do a story later in this show about 3 cops in North Carolina talking about how they wanna set black people in this country back 4 or 5 generations, which unfortunately is accurate. and talking about killing the N-words and how we got to slaughter them, okay? And you think, and they happen to be caught for 46 minutes on tape. You think that's the only 46 minutes they were saying that? Or you think they're the only cops who were saying that? You think they're the only cops doing that kind of chokehold on McClain? No, we've now seen it dozens of times, and those are the only ones that are on video. How about when they're not on video? So no way, defund the police, get rid of this entire corrupt, cancerous system. They're not meant to protect and serve the community, the whole community. They're never taught that. No, they're basically private security guards for the rich and powerful. And so they don't view their job as protecting us. They view their job as protecting the rich from us. But again, particularly from black people, no matter what the situation is. The fact that they're not fired, the fact that they're not arrested is in itself criminal. Defund the police, defund them right now and rebuild. That kid should have never been dealt with by police in the first place. It should have been a social worker. He keeps saying, I'm different, I'm different. Can you not understand that? Are police in this country really that maniacally dumb? And it's not that they're dumb, it's that they're trained to be vicious. And I'm sick of it. Defund them all.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.